good morning from day 2 of our Disney cruise. Today's a day at sea.
Got some coffee?
Yeah.
We're gonna go get some breakfast.
Like Jackson just roaming around behind us. Yeah, we're gonna go get some breakfast. I'm super excited for breakfast at Cabanas, and then we have brunch today at Remy.
We're gonna try to make some coffee in the coffee machine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Let's give it a try. All right, so I turned it on, and it's warmed up and everything, and so I believe that I do it to like here, maybe. This is froth milk. I'm doing a latte, not a cappuccino like you would do with froth milk. So I think this is it. And then I do a latte. Okay.
Wait, nothing comes out of this?
If you're doing just a plain espresso, it comes out of there. But if you're doing a latte, everything comes out here. It's going to spray really quick, so just get excited here. Okay, you ready? Make sure the cup doesn't blow out of the way or anything. Ugh! Okay, so now we should be getting some espresso in there. There it is.
Oh.
Look at this. It's happening. All right, we made it over to Cabanas. We got to wash our hands first. All right, let's wash our hands, bud. All right, we got some breakfast for Jackson. And we're out here on the, what is this called? It's just the aft of the ship. Look at that. You gonna eat the bacon? All right, here's what I got for breakfast. I got some, what is this? Eggs Benedict. I got some sausage and some bacon, some potatoes. This is an omelet that I got.
Ooh, I got an omelet.
Oh yeah, what'd you get?
Mushroom, tomato, and onion, and
I like
cheese.
that you put it half in the light, half out of the light.
Oh, sorry. And then, so they didn't have the ham and cheese croissants, so he said you can make your own. So I made my own.
Okay.
Not as good as when they make it, but
Right? I wonder why they didn't have it.
because instead they had biscuits and gravy today. He said.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so maybe tomorrow.
That's what he said. Yeah.
And then Jackson's got a little ham and cheese omelet, some bacon, some sausage, a Mickey waffle, a pancake, and then like a croissant, a banana, some potatoes. I'll probably end up eating the majority of that. Do a quick overview here. We got bacon, sausage, omelets, donuts, muffins, meats and cheeses, parfaits, an omelet station. And we got some bacon, we got some scrambled eggs and chives, cheese and chives, some more donuts and such. Did also want to mention, as we're showing off the food, that breakfast ends today at 10:45, so kind of a late day for breakfast. Pancakes and waffles and hash browns, biscuits and gravy and corned beef hash, roasted potatoes, sauteed spinach, grilled tomato, sauteed mushroom. So for those of you guys that are interested in having like nice hair on a cruise, don't be, because it is impossible with the wind out on deck and everything for your hair to stay nice throughout the day. So just be prepared to have cruise hair and you don't care. Very windy day. I hope you guys can hear me, but we're going to play golf now. So it might be a little bit of a music montage while we play golf because of the wind.
It's so windy.
Very windy. See, there is some damage to some of the like obstacles, or some of the, what are they called, obstacles in the mini golf course, but they are like actively repairing them right now on deck. We did get a little wet out there. It started raining.
You got that rain hair.
Got that rain hair.
Jackson,
buddy?
did you get rained on?
Yeah. Sorry for the jump in time from us getting rained on we ran back to the room, and then we realized it's probably about time for us to start getting ready for brunch. So I feel like this video so far has been like breakfast, a little bit of golf, now we're eating brunch. So it's gonna be an eating cruise. It's the way it is. When you're on a Disney cruise or when you're on any cruise, really, a lot of focus on food, especially on the days at sea, which is what today is. I also found out that we're like kind of right near Cuba, so I'd be interested to see if I could see out and see Cuba. So we're going to Remy for brunch, and that's on the port side of the ship, and we're passing by Cuba on the port side. I don't know how close we are. It, like, looking at the satellite view of the map, it looks like we're very close. But I know that that's like, if you're down at level of Earth, you might not be that close. You might not be able to see Cuba. But we'll see. When we're in Remy, I'm going to look out the window and see if I can see Cuba. Oh, so I've been leaving the TV on this bridge report so we can kind of see what's going on, where we're at, things that are happening. And it said, as we were, like, I don't know if we're going through a time zone right now, but there was like an alert that came on the TV that was like, time zone change. Be sure to set your clocks back 1 hour before you go to bed tonight, because we're going into Central Time, because we're going over to Mexico. That is interesting. Like, it makes sense, like, that you do that when you're flying in a plane, but we're moving so slowly, it didn't even cross my mind that we were going to go into a different time zone. And then tomorrow, when we leave Mexico, and we go to Grand Cayman, I think we go back into our current time zone. We're going to be all there time traveling on this ship. Also, I like seeing this. The Disney Wonder is out there in the middle of the Pacific Ocean in Hawaii. Doing a Hawaiian cruise right now. Oh, there we are. On our way back to Remy, and I'm doing a roundabout way. I like to explore the ship. But we're on deck 7, and there's like all this information about the Fantasy, and even pictures of it being built over here. The installation of the bow block. The hull is complete.
No. Oh, it is complete. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look. It's so interesting how they do that. So what is this? Are these rooms?
No, that's the teen club right there. This is probably all like crew.
Oh.
And then just empty space, maybe like engineering stuff.
This building must be so big.
Right?
Wow.
It is. I've seen a picture from inside of it.
Huh.
It's right there. Alright, it's time for Remy. Ooh. Also, this is one of the wines featured in the movie Ratatouille, right? Can we see Cuba? I don't think so. Alright, we're inside Remy now. There's the whole group. Everybody's here. Gonna get some sparkling water. It's the San Benedetto.
You have the plain one, and the red one is Espelette pepper, which is a very thin, long red pepper from south of France. And we're having sea salt from Guérin, one of the finest salt there is. Recommendation, spray butter into your bread, then sprinkle some salt.
So is it 2 normal ones and then the pepper one?
Oh, you don't get the seaweed anymore.
Oh.
Blanc de Blanc from the house of Reynard, a champagne that was obtained entirely from Chardonnay. However, their base wines were aged in oak, hence the toastier brioche undertone that we might get in this lovely Blanc de Blanc.
I always thought it was interesting that he could describe a wine as a bread and fruit.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you get a brioche flavor and then like all these different fruits.
So it was a little bit hard to hear our server explain this dish, but this was blanched asparagus with egg yolk jelly, buttermilk jelly, champagne jelly, caviar, and then it was finished with a champagne dressing. It was really, really good.
My mom got iced tea and they brought her out ice cubes made out of tea so that the iced tea doesn't get watered down. Just turns into more tea.
They have blended 147 wines. Most of them are 10 years in reserve. Hence the effort here. 20 years to produce the very bottle in front of us.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yum.
Yes. Love it.
What was this? Did we have this? I feel like this is all new stuff.
Well,
I don't remember this.
I think
Or wait, or do I?
Do you remember this? I remember that little burnt thing. So basically, this is beef short rib raviolis with mushrooms. Sounds delicious. And truffles.
So this dish was toothfish. Toothfish is a type of fish that's found 2,000 meters below the ocean surface, which gives it like a very buttery consistency. It was super tender, really, really good. It's laying on a bed of potato seafoam mousse, and then underneath that is their homemade ketchup. And also on top of the toothfish, it is glazed with the homemade ketchup. Tim got, instead of the toothfish, he got the same dish, but it was chicken was the protein.
So this was something that we missed on the way in because we were slightly, just 1-2 minutes late. They gave us a whole backstory of the ketchup. But
I like that. They had the whole story of the meal.
Yeah, you get the whole story of the meal ahead of time.
Yeah.
But I didn't. Our reservation was at 12:10, and we showed up at 12:10, and they're like, "You were supposed to have been here 20 minutes ago." And we're like,
Yeah, we didn't
"Oh, all
know.
right." How's that toothfish?
It's really good.
Why do you think they
Wow.
call it a toothfish?
Maybe it has teeth because
You think
it's a below, like a way low down. Like he said, 2,000 meters below.
2,000 meters. How deep is that? Each meter
2,000
is 33 feet. No, that's each atmosphere.
2 kilometers.
2 kilometers.
Well, I can tell you about the 50 million bubbles in a bottle of champagne. The famous Dom Perignon. It is a vintage 2010 with a little star to commemorate the fact that gentleman was sometimes happy with the fizziness in his wines, unless he never seen the sky. He thought that the stars are gonna be like that sensation on the palate, so we have the lovely star there. It took them a lot of time to produce the champagne. It's aged extra, same like Krug. They go for 8 years of additional aging, not just 3 years, as vintage should be aged. However, this was harvested in 2010, so 12 years.
So he told the story of the Dom Perignon. It's like it's the wine or the champagne of 10,000 bubbles, right?
What was the star?
So the guy that was making Dom Perignon was hard of sight, like he was very nearsighted, so he's never seen the stars. And he thought that when he tasted Dom Perignon, all of the bubbles felt like what the stars would look like in the night sky. So there's a star on the label.
Gotcha.
So
I love it.
you want to try this, Dad? Try this wine. Tell me if it feels like the sky looks at night. Can you taste the stars?
My favorite because here the fruit it's elevated, so these lovely pink flowers, white cherries, and the stone fruit peach creamier palate makes it outstanding. You know about champagne, the more you drink, the better it gets.
Yes. The Wagyu. Look at that.
As your main course, we have our Australian Wagyu beef tenderloin,
It's Australian.
a la plancha, and seasoned with salt and pepper. It's garnished with a little bit of beef stew. Then on the side you'll find a homemade potato gnocchi. Very soft texture, fantastic in palate, and a garnish with a yellow wine reduction is the small dots. So once again, the idea is for you to combine all together and fully enjoy your main course.
What does the steak remind you of? And the potatoes?
I don't know. What does it remind you of?
Christmas.
Oh, Christmas?
I get a slight flavor of like almond almost.
Oh, okay.
And that reminds me of like almond cookies that my mom would make. Sorry, pecans, not almonds. A little bit off there. It was pecans. Pecan roll.
You know what's the best time to drink champagne?
Anytime.
From the time you wake up until you go to bed, right? However, it is a sec. It used to be the driest a while ago. Now we went drier to the Brut style. So this has 17 to 36 grams of sugar per liter. Great with desserts, great by the pool. Also lovely while you listen piano music in Ulala or Champagne Lounge.
Okay.
Also on the bottom you'll find the sabodo, that the chef prepared here, and is topped with caramelized apples. So very simple, but very nice.
Thank you. So this is like apples and ice cream.
Yep.
I like it. It's like an apple pie.
Now, the cannelloni, the story behind, is actually a very typical French dessert from the Bordeaux area, where they have fantastic wines. Now, that's why you find this beautiful shape. Is inspired in the barrels that they use to age the wine. And the dessert itself, you'll find vanilla and rum flavors. It's a vanilla custard that is cooked, so outside will be a little more hard texture for you to enjoy, and inside very soft in the palate, like finger food to complete your experience.
Something interesting, they just presented us with the check, and they said there's an 18% auto gratuity on there, but that's only on the beverages. So you still have to tip on the brunch itself.
Yeah.
Which I thought was why? Why didn't they just put 18% on it the entire across the board? All right, so now we're back from lunch. Jackson is asleep. I think it's time to do a little bit of hot tubbing. It's been a lot, like the last time we came on a cruise, I couldn't get in the water because of my surgery. Now I can do it. So I'm gonna get in the hot tub. All right, you remember what I said about windswept hair? It's just like, it's not bad. Like I know that I'm complaining about my hair looks exactly the same as it always does. Little bump right here from the wind blowing. We were just sitting out on the balcony, just like hanging out. That's what cruising is all about. Sitting out on the balcony, hanging out. Jackson was napping. Jen took a little nap. I went in the hot tub for like a second, but it was set to 40 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. All I know is it was very hot. It lasted about 2 minutes in there, and I was like, I'm sweating, I'm gonna get out. Then we just sat on the deck. Everybody's out here. My mom, my dad, Chris, Charmaine, we're all out here sitting on the deck, relaxing, hanging out, and just enjoying the ocean breeze. And then when Jackson woke up, he said, can I play golf? So guess what we're going to do? Every time I'm walking down this hallway, I feel like this looks like coffee beans, right? Like Art Deco and coffee beans. Or is this Art Nouveau? Which one is it? So we're up on the deck just walking by, and we are passing Cuba, and you can see it just on the horizon out there. Jackson, where are we going right now? To play golf. And look, a boat's going by. Well, this is neat. He was just like pressure washing the pool. I wonder if there was a reason they had to empty it, if you know what I mean. Something like a Snickers bar or something. On our way to golf, we're passing by the Aqua Lab, and there's also a bar over here called Waves. So on the Dream, this isn't a splash pad, it's a bar, and they've moved the bar in here underneath, and this is a splash pad. Oh yeah, it's the smallest bar in the world. This also seems like the best place to come to get a drink, because there's literally nobody back here. I feel like there's not even anybody working back there. But there are definitely signs everywhere saying, hey, there's a bar back here, please come. Constantly trying to get him to hold his golf club correctly, but he just looks like he's having such a hard time doing it, holding the club correctly. Whoa! Hi buddy, put it on the X.
Careful.
Put it on the X.
Whoa.
Are you ready? You just turn it around. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that was so close.
That was pretty close, wasn't it? Good job. He's got a real golfing stance. Whoa! 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 Hole in one! Nice work. Oh, things are changing. The last cruise we were on, the ice cream was not self-serve. Looks like it is now. Ooh. Somebody's eating some mango ice cream. Is it good? Look at Mickey and Minnie in their formal wear, because tonight is formal night. And you can't really see Minnie, but she looks like she's almost in like a flapper outfit or something. She's dressed like, what we were trying to figure it out. Is this Art Nouveau or Art Deco? Not 100% sure. Also tonight, yeah, tonight is formal night, so everybody is dressed to the nines. Not me, but everybody else. Some olive spread and some bread. We're in Royal Court for dinner. Today has just been eating. That's all. We played golf. Last thing that they saw was us eating ice cream.
We have
And now we're in dinner.
have 6 more days of this.
My goodness.
There'll be less eating tomorrow.
So we just found out from Kent and Jasmine, who are sitting right there, that the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is playing in the Walt Disney Theater.
Yes.
So when I was looking at the schedule, I was like kind of not upset. I was concerned because I could only find it in the Buena Vista Theater at like 10:45 at night. Oh, he's... I could only find it at 10:45 at night, and I was like, wow, that sounds like no fun at all. It's like getting back to the room at 1. But then Kent and Jasmine said they're playing it in the Buena Vista, or no, they're playing in the Walt Disney Theater, not the Buena Vista Theater. It was confusing. Buena Vista Theater is just a movie theater, and it's a smaller theater. The Walt Disney Theater is a live stage show theater that they can show movies in. So, it'll be a bigger theater, can hold more people, but we'll be able to watch it at 8 o'clock on Tuesday. So we're going to see it. I'm very excited. We're going to go into the multiverse of madness. Our bread is an herb brioche, and we've got this olive spread here. It's like olives and olive oil.
It's like
Pretty
popcorn.
meta, right? Olive in olive.
Very good. Oh yeah.
Olives and olive oil. Jackson got a cheeseburger today. They called this a mini cheeseburger, but the thing's the size of his head. Our server O'Neill made a little Mickey out of ketchup. But Jackson smushed it with his hamburger. Ooh, our first course came out, and I got the duck confit. It's pretty good, actually. And then everybody else got the escargot, or the fried brie. That's the way that it is. Hey, Jen.
Yeah?
I found out how many people are on the cruise.
Oh, how many?
2,400.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
pretty much the same as last time, right? Or was
Yeah, it feels much. It was 2,100 last time.
Is that what it was? Okay.
But just that extra 300 feels way more crowded.
It does feel more crowded, but it doesn't feel like as crowded as other cruises we've been on, before.
We'll see when we get on Castaway. That'll be the real thing. What'd you get? The escargot? You like it?
I love it. So good. I got 2 more appetizers.
You got 2 more appetizers?
Yeah.
Did you get the duck?
I got the brie and the shrimp and lobster.
Okay. I got the duck. It was okay.
Oh yeah, how was it?
It wasn't bad.
Leg?
It was duck leg pulled, and I don't know what does confit mean. Of the feet?
Just the feet. It has the feet on it.
There are feet. How do you cook it?
With your feet.
With your feet?
It's like sous vide,
Like sous vide?
but it's in oil or in duck fat.
Deep fried.
No, at a lower temperature.
Okay.
So, say you want it to be 160, like with sous vide, the sous vide cooking liquid, whatever it is. It could be oil, it could be water if you're doing the vacuum kind of bag style. That's the temperature of water, and it stays exactly like that. So it slowly brings the meat up to that temperature, and it never overcooks.
But you don't put the duck in a bag, right?
No, you cook it in oil. So it's submerged in oil, and it's usually cooked in its own duck fat.
Huh. Interesting. That seems like it wouldn't work. It seems like it would just soak up all the oil.
Right.
So mommy got the fried brie as well, and then the shrimp and lobster, and look at how little bit of lobster there is. Oh, there's a little hand that just took an asparagus. Chris got some French onion soup. Look at that. Pretty good. All right, I got the Chateaubriand. Looks pretty good. And some béarnaise sauce. Chris got the lamb. This is what I got last time. Oh, some jelly. Look at that, mint jelly.
Look at your dad's.
What is
Can
it?
I spin this around?
What is that, the duck?
That's the duck.
That looks nice.
It looks really good.
What's he making? Kembar is building something. Oh, he's doing parkour. For dessert, everybody got everything. So this is the creme brulee. That's the strawberry shortcake.
Well, it used to have a little chocolate piece
Oh,
on
but
it,
Jackson
but
ate it.
Jackson's eating it.
This is the tiramisu.
So the gâteau.
Oh, the gâteau, the opera gâteau.
Oh,
And
you
this is
missed it.
the Grand Marnier
soufflé.
I like that the name rhymes.
That looks yummy.
Did you say hi to Peter? That was Peter Pan. It's right there. And look, there's Mickey and Minnie up there. And there's a real long line for Mickey and Minnie. All right, after dinner, I think we're gonna go see Aladdin in the Walt Disney Theater. So before we go to the show, we came back to the room, and our towel animal is a little monkey hanging from a hanger.
It's a poo.
It's a poo. So we are headed into the concierge lounge, because I think they should bring us down through a back hallway
Okay, so we'll meet you.
to the show. We'll see. So we were supposed to show up in the lounge 5 minutes before doors, and we showed up right at doors.
Oh yeah, we
So
missed it.
we missed the priority seating.
Well, I think so. We were a little bit late at dinner too. We stayed a little bit later at dinner. So tomorrow, maybe we can see Frozen.
Yeah,
So
we'll
there
see.
you go.
There wasn't like a huge line when we were out here, so I think the later show will be more crowded. I don't think it was terrible that we showed up a little bit late, because it feels like not a lot of people in this huge theater.
Yeah, it's bigger than I thought.
Also, we thought that masks were required, but I don't think they are inside the theater. At least they're not enforcing that. Oh yeah, plenty of seats. Afterwards, Ariel is out meeting and greeting with guests. Real quick, Jen, what did you think of the show?
Oh, I can't do that real quick. I have a lot of stuff I want to say.
Okay.
We gotta go see Goofy really quick.
Okay, so we'll give you our breakdown of the show after we see Goofy. So we missed our chance to see Pluto and Goofy, but we are going to be able to see Mickey and Minnie. A little sad that we do miss out on Goofy and Pluto, especially Goofy and his tails, his tuxedo. Oh, and I just realized that Pluto is in his black collar,
Oh.
his like fancy collar. Oh no, there's Hook up there. Is Smee up there with him? Or is it just Hook? Who's he sneaking up on? He's saying, be quiet. Oh, because Pan is down there.
Oh, Peter Pan, where is he?
I don't know. Peter Pan was down there. He's saying, be quiet, I don't want to tip off Peter Pan as to where I'm at. Bye, Goof. Bye, Pluto. Thanks for hanging out. Sometimes I like to just sit here and have a look out the window, hoping that somebody, look, there's Minnie. Captain, by the way, Minnie looks fantastic. I have never met anybody in my life that can coordinate with an entire cruise ship. The outfit coordinates with the entire ship. That is amazing. Wow, and Mickey, you look fantastic as well. Yeah. Peter Pan
he's up here.
running away from Hook. They're trying to find him.
This reminds me of the Star Cruiser.
Right? Like things happening. There was like a live band on Star Cruiser singing Taylor Swift. But and Peter Pan was running from Captain Hook, and the lights were a different frequency than the camera. It all was happening. Oh, look at that! Oh my God, what are you doing taking my slippers? These are mine.
They give us our slippers. These are my slippers.
And like a little like mat here that says "Good morning, good night."
I love it.
All right, it's the end of the night. What did you think of the show?
I'm wearing my robe because you wore it yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, you wore yours. I'm wearing mine.
So who wore it better?
Probably you.
No.
So
what, are you kidding me?
The show, I really liked it. So on our last cruise video, we had a comment from, I believe it was from Soul, I believe, and she said, you need to go see the shows. You need to go see, when are you going to see one of the shows? And so this is for you. We saw the show. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
really
were right.
Enjoyed
like,
it.
yeah, the shows, it was, they packed a lot into an hour.
Right.
So it was the full story of Aladdin. It was an hour-long show. It was
singing, dancing,
like truly Broadway production level. The genie was super funny.
Special effects everywhere too.
There was more. There was like pyro. There was like confetti. It was very
acrobatics.
Yeah, like the steam. It was It was a spectacle. You know.
The magic carpet was really impressive.
Yeah, that was really neat how they did that. So it was basically a person in like a.
Oh no! Like when they were doing A Whole New World.
Oh yeah, that part. Well, so there is a character of the magic carpet who is a person that's in like a
carpet.
Well, it looks like a flying squirrel suit. You know what I mean? And they were doing backflips and all kinds of like tumbling, and they were really great. But then they did the Whole New World scene, and that was really cool. So that was a different.
It was like
effect.
It looked like a ride vehicle.
It did.
They were sitting on some sort of like arm that spewed smoke out of the bottom of it.
Yeah.
And it like turned them, and then there was two screens, one that was transparent and one that wasn't, and they projected the effects on both screens, so it really looked like they were in the projection.
Yeah.
And then the smoke blended in with the clouds and the projection. It was awesome.
It was very realistic, like as realistic as it could be looking though. But yeah, it was really neat because you couldn't see what was lifting them up, you know, the mechanical part of it. It was neat. The singing was like fantastic. The acting I thought was really great, and they skimmed over a lot of the story because it was a 2-hour show packed into a 1-hour show, but I really think that they hit the key points.
Right. And
it was really good. The one thing that I didn't love was, so there's a part where they have, you know how the genie in the movie, there's like a bunch of genies, like he replicates himself basically, and it's like they're all doing different things. So in this show they did that, and the genies were really scary looking.
They were frightening.
They were like wearing masks, and it just looked freaky. Like I turned over to Tim and I was like, this reminds me of Halloween Horror Nights.
Right?
But
it looked like people wearing genie skin.
Yeah, it was a little creepy, but it was a good job representing that part of the film.
Right.
So
you know what? You know the guy from Six Flags, the dancing guy?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. 10,000 of those painted blue.
Right. But they had like the pointy nose and like the ears and the little like tuft of hair. So it just was like,
and the goatee.
Yeah, it was just a little creepy, but they did a really good job. It was a really, really good show.
Yeah, and Iago and the genie were both very good. Like they were the comedic relief of the show.
Super funny, yeah.
It was good, and they had a lot of like timely references.
Yeah, it was very current on like pop culture and Disney stuff too.
Right, they had a joke about the parking trams.
Yeah. It was really good. I highly recommend checking out Aladdin if you're on the fantasy. It's definitely worth an hour of your time. Get there early so you can get a good seat.
And here's a question that I had for you. So the cruise director came on and said, this cast has 3 more shows starting with Frozen tomorrow. Is it the same cast from Aladdin that's doing Frozen?
If so, like, holy cow, they're very that's talent.
Or did he's just like this theater company has other shows that they're doing.
I don't know. Let us know if you have any inside knowledge.
Right?
But for sure, go see Aladdin if you're on the Disney Fantasy. It was really, really, really good.
Yeah. And then the characters afterwards were really awesome.
Yes.
Like seeing Peter Pan and Captain Hook interacting was phenomenal.
Today was just a great day all around.
There's a lot of food today.
Yeah, brunch was great. Cabanas for breakfast is always good. And then dinner at the Royal Court was delicious as always. Today was beautiful. The weather was perfect. I do wish that we had spent more time on deck today. I wish we had gotten on the aqueduct or, you know, like in a pool or something. But we had a lot of fun hanging out on our balcony with your parents and with Chris and Charmaine. And I took a little nap out there. It was fantastic. Like, it was great. It was a great day.
It was a good day. It was a great day. And with that being said, we are off. We'll see y'all tomorrow, which is in Cozumel.
Ooh, yeah.
And now it's time to pay the price.